Yes, getting old and seeing the world crumble around yourself is a wonderful thing, isn't it, Maxwell?
I love it.
There's nothing better than seeing civilization die during your time, as well as watching yourself die and get old and have aches and
Now
pains.
you can say you've been there for it all.
But we will be for, yes, exactly, at least the last year of it as well, because this is the fucking Nothing Sacred show for the 20th of November, 2016. I am Le Cruise Control.
I am Le Maxwell Silberhammer.
Hammer. And this is the Nothing Sacred show. Sunday afternoon, of course, is the best day to not be sacred, as you all know.
Absolutely.
And so yeah, we're here today. How's the is the Facebook's dying down? Because for me, they aren't really dying down. In fact, I'm actually going to start off this with almost like a not a proclamation, but I'm getting close to saying fuck it, not even and trying
You're
to
about
go
to
on.
jump off
It's like
Facebook?
a goddamn train wreck. You know what it is, dude? It's like alcohol, right? It's like an alcohol. It's like an addiction to a drug or something. Like, you know, it isn't that good for you, but you're used to doing it. It makes you feel like shit, but part of it feels good at the same time because, like, oh, you're seeing people and you're, you know. And,
right,
but
so you keep it around, you know, even though it's bad for you, and it's not really something you want to continue doing.
It's not like it makes me feel good half the time going. Most of the time, it makes me feel just pissed off, honestly. I might laugh a little bit and have some things that I like.
Yeah.
But most of all, it's like, God damn it, why do you think this shit? How do you believe this shit?
Well,
Like,
that's
God.
funny because I've had some personal shit, but more with, you know, people saying I'm not compassionate and, you know, and whatever, dude. Fucking, I'll have to get into that in a minute.
You're not compassionate to
I thought you had
people.
more compassion, is what
You don't
somebody
care
said
about
to me.
other people's feelings, fifis.
Yeah. Well, of course, you know, the two big buzzwords of the deck are compassion and tolerance.
Well, yeah,
You know,
compassion,
everybody's
tolerance, and if you're not, then you're a phobic. You have a phobia or an ism. You're
Oh,
an ism. You're either a racist, a sexist, a homophobe, or a transphobe, and you lack tolerance and compassion. Of course, those people don't lack tolerance for, you know, because fucking white people, man, fucking racist, they don't lack tolerance.
Oh no, of course not. Well, that's the big buzzword. They throw that shit around now. It's just like racist and
Tolerance. See, what compassion and tolerance means, love me and accept me regardless of what I do. Which
right,
is bullshit.
exactly.
That's
Now,
not tolerance.
Keep in mind, they don't exercise that for other people, like you just said.
Well, you shouldn't.
You know.
Because what they really mean is, like, do exactly what I want you to, and if you don't, then you're intolerant. So basically,
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
the ones who are intolerant, but they're playing off their intolerance by saying you're the one not being tolerant.
Yeah, follow my agenda. You know, that kind of thing.
and also accept me for who I am and love me for it, regardless of what I've done and accomplished. So, oh, you don't
Right.
you don't love me because I'm gay, or love me because I'm a woman, or love me because I'm this little special group. No, I don't give a shit about that. I care about your me going back to my individualism again. You know, so I care about you as an individual.
Well, go ahead.
Sorry. That's one of my little things. I didn't mean to do that. I tried to.
Well,
avoid
you know,
that.
no, that's good because it's a great lead-in. I actually had a Facebook post that stemmed from something personal, or two personal situations. And I don't know, should I go into the personal stitches first and then how it led up to the Facebook post?
I don't. However you want to do it, man. It's your story, dude.
All right, I'll do it like this, man. So first of all, the thing that's been pissing me off, dude, are my grildren, my grandpaddock children. Because, you know, I have two of them, man. You
Okay.
know, we have Gref. And
Oh,
we have
yes.
Steve.
Yeah, gotcha. Gref and the Slugs, or
Oh, no, not Slug, Steve, man.
oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. Well, and Steve did something yesterday that really fucking pissed me off, man. And I don't really care about saying the names because I kind of hope, especially with Gref, man, I hope Gref hears this kind of sort of, man, because it's something he needs to hear, you know.
So this happened with both of them.
Well, Gref has just been with the text messaging and texting with stupid shit and, you know, just really going nuts with the text this week, you know.
And you're like, come on,
And
dude. I got.
it's just-
Yeah.
What's that?
See, I
Well,
try
first-
to. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, because it's so close to the holiday now, you know, this is when everybody jumps on Facebook and does the whole, oh, I have no one bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so lonely and so sad and so this and so that.
Yeah, because it's that time of year. It's all depression. What I was gonna say though is, it also must bug you because you don't know where you're going to be, and with you and text messages, don't they just, you know, because the reason I don't text you that much, especially during the day, is because I don't want to say something stupid that might be overheard while you're in a certain situation.
Yes, exactly.
So you're like, oh, what is this going to be like? Hey, dimple fuck. Hey, fucker poodle. And you're in a fucking conference. Oh, yes, Mrs. Carpenter. Hey, bicker fucker, puck your pussy on my cock and ride it like a shitstorm. And you're like,
yeah. Well, and as a matter of fact,
your sister's daughter.
He made some comment the other day, man. I was on the bus, and I checked it, and it said, Nigger Obama from the from the Oval Office to the welfare office or something. And I was just like, oh, Jesus.
You're in the middle of some diversity shit, and you're like with your, oh, God, that could be awful, dude.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like,
Obama.
But he should know this because, he knows what kind of phone I use. You obviously pointed it out right away.
That's why I'm like, that's why sometimes I say something like, that's why, I'm sorry, man, I forgot you're at work, and I don't know where you are.
Right.
So I try not to, but I try to use words like dimple splinkle or something like that, or
something that nobody can really tear apart and go, what?
And the thing about your phone that's different, and it kind of probably kicks you in the butt, is your phone usually has very clear wording compared to like your computer.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's nigger Obama, go back to the welfare state.
Right, exactly. It's kind of funny how the phones have better voices than, like, say, Jaws.
Yeah, Jaws is like, nigga, and there's like, no one's like, who, what the hell is this? You're like talking to somebody, oh yeah, I want you to do this and for this program, and I really appreciate you never met nigger Obama, go back to the welfare state. Pussy in your mouth, yeah, taste that shit, motherfucker. My dick is shitty with the shit from my daughter. Nigga, fuck, you're...
Right. Then you're going, whoa, shit, and you're covering up the speaker and all that stuff.
You're like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to. Yeah, so that's probably bugs you for that. So that's one thing. So that was bugging you in the week.
One thing in the frequency of it, just like texting me about stupid shit, hey, man, Night Riders on KTMZ or something like that. And you're just like, I'm at work.
Night Riders on Channel 3 at 3 p.m. in where I live. Go check it out.
Well, I guess these are DirecTV. I think DirecTV channels are all the same.
Yeah.
But still, even if it is, fuck, I'm at work. I can't watch that shit. And even if I did, I own all the episodes of Knight Rider anyway.
Right. He's exactly. Why do you give a shit? He's
lonely, man. I get to watch it on TV too.
He misses the Vegs. He misses the play.
He does, but here's the thing. This is two reasons why I don't feel sympathetic towards him. Okay, one is, hey man, you're 52 years old.
You could be here if you wanted to be.
Right, exactly. Pull your face out of mommy's pussy and get yourself your own place, dude. You don't have to be. The reason you're down there right now in a place you hate is because you're too dependent on your mom and all that bullshit. So
yeah.
If you would have, if he didn't I offer him several times while he was here over the years to be roommates?
Mm-hmm.
And he never took it. He never took me up.
And unfortunately, when he wanted to, might have thought about it, staying there, that ship had already sailed. So, although he probably wouldn't have done it anyways.
I think even when I was living, when I was comfortable living alone and didn't want a roommate, I think even then he was not feeling that. He was happy with living at home.
Well, I know, yeah, because it's simple. You have to worry about, it's safe and I need to take care. No, it's not. It's no. You need to take care of yourself at some point. That's why
exactly.
Even right now, man. I know we're getting on tangents, but man, we do that. I guess that's what we do.
That's a nothing sacredism. Dude.
But even now, I'm thinking like I might live with my brother at some point. But man, even my little fucking room is like my damn fortress of solitude, man. It's like my little hole in the world that's just mine that I can't. And it's different, like having a hole in the world that's yours, that you open the door to a living room and then you can share it with. It's like if you have several, I got locks, no one can get in here without me.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like if you live with someone, even if you have your room, you can go in your room. It's not the fucking same thing as having your own fucking pad with your own fridge, your own kitchen, your own living room.
Yep. Exactly. And you can sit out.
Yeah.
You can play with yourself in the living room if you want to. You know what I'm saying?
But some people don't need that. Some people don't want that, or they don't know what to do with themselves in that situation. Me and you, man, we thrive on it. So, but anyways,
that's it.
So let's get back to where we were. Okay, so we got Jeff through, and now we're let's make cruise control this
and
back.
Also, I was just going to say one more thing with that. Okay, even if you are in a place you hate nowadays, you got things like Meetup, dude. There's the internet now. Back in the day, you could say, oh, I moved here and I can't meet anyone and it's lonely and I hate it and blah, 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 blah. But when you've got Meetup and you've got all these other sites, and just the internet period, there's no excuse to be bored and sitting on your ass at home.
If you don't want to be. Now here's the thing. If you do want to be, then stop telling yourself that you don't need to be. In other words, part of the thing about, okay, I guess, God, this is kind of rolling shit off for me today.
It is, dude.
Part of the reason that I don't go out to do shit is that the reality is society is telling me, God, you gotta get out. And me, I'm like, I want to sit around and fucking do my shit, man.
Well, but you do still get out, man.
I know.
You know.
I know, but I'm saying, like, even myself, like, I get out and do my thing, but the point is that you don't have to if you don't want to. But don't lie to yourself. If you do want to, get out. But if you don't let society tell you that you're lonely either, because that's what's happening too. I'm lonely, I need to get out. Well, what would you rather be? Well, there's Knight Rider marathon on tonight. I'd rather just sit around and eat Cheetos and watch fucking Knight Rider, because people are fucking lame most of the time.
Right. Well, and that's understandable too. Yeah. But the thing is, like you said, if you're happy,
you do
with
have
your
resources either way. You do have resources either way. Basically, is what you're saying.
Well, yes, exactly. And I can tell he's not happy because he said so. This whole thing of wanting to come back here. I remember I told you about that a few months ago. Where he was talking about moving back, and then he said, "But it's a money issue or something." So he doesn't like it there. Plus all the texting all the time. So obviously he's not, he's wishing for Vegas, like you said earlier, but he's choosing not to do anything. You might as well make the most of your situation, man. Why, I don't think, to be honest, he's been there for almost 2 years now, and I don't believe he's even given the place a chance.
Probably not.
So that's the one thing, man. So I really can't feel sorry for him or sad for him on that, man. To be honest.
And maybe if you are listening to, if you are listening to G Motors, then,
yeah, go, man, dude.
Get your shit together, man.
Check the place out and do whatever. And hey, dude, maybe fucking, get on like one of the free dating sites. Don't do what I did.
Don't do dating. Just go out and hang out and have fun. You'll meet someone if you do or not. I'm sorry. I'm going to go completely against that shit. Fuck the dating sites.
Okay.
Stop fucking saying the free dating sites. You keep doing that. Just fucking go.
But here's the thing. Just for somebody who's really bored and has no option, thinks they have no options, I'm just throwing every option their way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think it's an option. I think it's a fucking cop-out. I think it's bullshit, depending on what you want.
Oh, yeah.
If you just want to go out and have a good time, because then you're getting expectations on other things. Like, oh, well, I can go out and do good. No, fucking just go out and hang out with people.
Yep.
Fuck all this,
just
man.
Chill.
Fuck, because it's just going to be that. It's just, I'm just in that kind of mood, man, where it's like, I'm...
Hey, man, it's total lead up to where I'm going, though. It's all good.
Yeah, it works. It all works out together. So go ahead and so let's get back to where we were starting.
The second one is Steve, and he tells me how depressed he is. He's straight up said, "I feel like a shut-in. I'm so depressed and I'm so lonely and I'm so this and I'm so that." So I've even tried to get him to go to my my Toastmaster group sometimes, and he does go, but the problem is, he's like, he'll sit right next to me, and while they're having the meeting, he'll tap me to ask me questions or to tell me something, and I'm just like, oh God, like, dude.
He's depending on you to have him. It's impeding your good time.
Exactly, because I'm there to meet people,
yeah,
and to network and do whatever.
Yeah, you're like me in the Blockbuster video when I had to guide you around.
Yes, exactly. Now you know what? That's a good analogy, though. That's how I feel. I feel like, damn, I gotta, like you want to help because it's your friend, but at the same time, like, come on, Nick.
I'll see
with me, though. I had no choice.
Yeah, I know you had that. But I know, but that's the same kind of feeling, And I used to fuck with you around that because I would still obviously guide you around, but because I have to look close too, so it's almost like different, with me and Greff.
Yeah, but for you, it's it is an inconvenience, regardless of how much you say, oh, I don't mind it, but it is because of the nature of your disability as well. Like you said, you got to look close at movies, and when somebody's holding onto your shoulder like that, it's kind of hard to.
Or when he's tapping you like that, trying to depend on you, you have to use your ears to focus on him when you're trying to focus on their shit. So it is kind of the same way.
Well, I don't want to look rude either. Like, those blindo motherfuckers, all they do is talk during the meeting, and it's like, I don't want to be that dude.
Yeah,
and actually, they even made a comment. It wasn't they didn't direct it at us, but it was an indirect thing. Like they said, yeah, we kind of want to stop the side conversations a little bit, guys, if we're doing the meetings. And I'm like, oh, I know where you're going.
Did you tell him that? We're telling, if he listens,
actually, funny enough, he's kind of stopped going because he said something about. I think he wasn't meeting the chicks like he thought he was, and he's like, yeah, I think I'm going to stop going. Plus, he doesn't like that Mo guy that runs the president.
Yeah, meeting the chicks, man. Just meet fucking people, you dumbass.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he was going there for women. That's what he was going there for.
Just go there and meet people.
Yeah,
people
exactly.
Are
you
cool.
Might meet the cool motherfucker.
Dude, guys are cool to hang out with sometimes, man.
Yeah, well, you know how it is, man. People get pussy dependent, and that's what...
Yeah, but see, you go out and you go to meet people, and then you act like yourself because you're not trying to meet certain kinds of people. And then when you're acting like yourself, get this, man, the people that see you and like you will like you for yourself because you're not acting to try to get chicks. You're you're just trying to meet people who have similar ideas to you, so you don't give a fuck. You act the way you are around everyone, regardless, without a specific goal to get in some bitch's pants or whatever you're trying to do. And then the girls that actually think you are worth your time will actually talk to you, and you might get in a chick's pants who's actually more than just someone who's gonna fuck you over or
one you'll actually like.
Yes. One you'll actually accept, and then who will like you too, and then, wow, what an amazing idea. Oh, wait, except that also requires the chicks to be there, not looking for the guys who are trying to impress them. Because the chicks that are there are trying to find a guy too. But they're not going to do anything to impress them because that's not their job. So they're going to be looking for the guys who are trying to impress them because that's what they're told to look for, because they are told they need to look for those who are trying to impress them, because those who aren't worth their time because they're not going the extra mile to show how amazing they are for you.
Well, not only that, but if you're swinging on someone's dick the whole time, chances are the chicks aren't really going to bother with you. Like, oh, that dude's over there talking to him all the time. He doesn't give a fuck about us.
It's all this fucking crap, man.
But here's the thing that happened yesterday that pissed me the fuck off. This is what I'm leading up to. So yesterday about 4:48, in the afternoon, I'm getting Cops is going to be on soon because Cops comes on. It's actually at 8 on DirecTV, but that's 5 our time because I guess they're on Eastern time.
Well, there's probably a Western number that you can a Western channel they have too.
I don't know. I just on Spike. That's how it works.
Spike. It's well, Spike has nothing to do with Fox. It's 5 o'clock on Spike.
Oh yeah. No, I don't know about Fox anymore, but this is on Spike TV. That seems to be the new cop spot.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, what I was going to do, I was going to watch Cops, and then Chandelier was supposed to come over last night, or she did come over, but I was going to start the chicken and the dinner about 6, and, she'd be over probably close to 7 or something like that. So needless to say, I don't have time to roople coop on the phone,
Mm-hmm.
So I get a text about, and by the way, he bought a shotgun. Because, I was telling him, I have a shotgun, and that's the one I have for home defense, and, that type of thing. So he went and got one at the gun show with his nephew. So, which is cool, and I guess they took it out, and they fired it a few times, and went to the range, and all that other shit. So yesterday, it was like 4:43, he texted me, and his text said, call CK about my shotgun. So I'm like, CK, what does that mean? And I probably should have just left the text alone. But what I think he meant to type was call me about my shotgun. So I text him back and I say, who's CK? So instead of texting back and saying, sorry, I meant me, he calls me. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, fuck, dude, not now. So I didn't answer it, right? I just let it roll to voicemail. And so then he doesn't leave a voicemail. Instead, he hangs up and calls the fuck back, And that's when I got a little pissed off. And I answered and I said, dude, will you need an ambulance over there or something? You need a fire? Where's the fire, bro? You want me to call 911 for you? And he's like, well, I was just calling you about my shotgun. If I'm bothering you, I'll call you later, or you can call me later. And I was like, well, Jesus, dude. I said, I'm kind of busy with some shit right now. What is it you need exactly? Because, all right, it's your fucking shotgun. What the fuck do you do? You got a burglar breaking in? You need to know how to load it? Why don't
you just leave a message and saying, hey, I'd like to ask you a couple questions or talk to you about this. Call me back at a different time. That's what you do when someone doesn't answer your phone.
Instead of calling them back till you get them, yes. And that's what he was doing. He called me, like I said, twice. He was like blowing up my phone. So, and he gets that way, dude. Sometimes he'll call me on the work phone because, he's got my work phone.
Oh, wow.
And actually, Kraken made a comment about it one day because he called me about something about if I wanted some shit from the grocery store or something that he could bring over. And when Kraken later was like, dude, who the fuck was that? And I was like, oh, that was Steve. And he was like, he's calling you at work about...
You might want to tell... Yeah, here, Steve. Hey, Steve, stop doing that, please.
Yeah, well, that's it. He will just... But you know what that is? It's funny. For a guy who rips on people who think they're entitled to shit all the time, like, dude, he's a nonstop. Oh, those fucking niggers in the White House and the fucking welfare recipients and the da-da-da. He's always talking about people entitled. Well, guess what? He's an entitled himself because he thinks he's entitled to my time, Because obviously I should give him my time, and if I don't, then that's when he gets his ass benitude, Mm-hmm. So anyway, that was his thing.
So what did he do after that? Did he go, "Oh, well, I'm sorry"?
Well, I just said to him, when I said, "Well, what is it you need?" And he goes, "Well, I just had a couple questions for you." I said, "Well, you know what, dude? I'm actually kind of busy right now. Let me call you back." And so then I, later checked my email later last night. And he sends me an email with the subject line, fire, with a question mark. And he's like, man, I didn't have a fire or a problem. He was like, I just had a few questions about my shotgun. That's all. And I'm thinking,
leave a message, and then guess what you'll do? You'll call him back when you want to.
Exactly. And that's what I sent him the message back. I said, what pissed me off is the fact you were blowing up my phone like that. And that
just leave a message. If I didn't answer, here's the thing. You sent me a text. You sent me a call. I didn't answer. There's a first clue. So leave a message, and when I'm ready to contact you, I will call you at my fucking leisure. Unless you say, hey, dude, like if he left a message and said, hey, man, I really need you to call me, and it was actually something serious.
Oh, then I would call him.
Yeah.
But in this case, it's just stupid shit. It's unnecessary, rudimentary bullshit. Because like I said, dude, a lot of old people forget what it's like to be an adult. Because they forget that, there's things you want to do and like to do and have to do, and you can't just drop everything when I want something.
Well, I'm old.
Yeah, so, I deserve. God damn it, give me.
And I think it's also just like even if he would have done that though, obviously it would have been worse if he would have left a message and then like, I really need you to call me, and then you call him like right away. What's up, man? What's going on? I had some questions about a shotgun.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, dude, if he would have.
That would have almost been worse, but still, the point is that just leave a message and say, "Hey, I have some questions. Call me back when you can." See what you did? You made yourself look desperate, and then you made yourself look like what you made it look like was like that Max here had an obligation to talk to you right then. Like,
yeah, exactly, because he got so.
I'm gonna keep calling until he answers his fucking. I know he's there. He just got that text. I'm gonna stop and call him again. Better answer this time. I'm going to keep calling him until he answers. I know he's there. He got a text.
Yep. You answered my text, therefore you must be by your phone, or something.
Or you must be wanting to talk. No, I don't want to talk. If I did, then I would answer my phone.
Exactly.
I am by my phone, but I don't want to talk to you. So instead of me being rude and and you thinking about me an asshole by saying, I don't want to talk to you right now, in other words, Steve, if you're watching this, you forced the issue. You forced your hand. You forced him to be a dick to you because you pissed him off by being a fucking idiot and being in that way.
Being entitled and thinking you deserve, and that actually, especially for a guy who rants all the time about that, and then you turn around and fucking do it, And
then he has to write you an email saying, "Hey, listen, I was just asking you some questions." Well,
you don't have to act that way, kind of that overall attitude. And even like I said, when I answered the phone, I said, "Where's the fire, man? You want me to call 911 for you or what?" And he was like, "Well, I just had some questions about my shotgun, but if I'm bothering you, you can call me later." It's like, well, actually, yeah, you are kind of motherfucking bothering me. And he will say sometimes, "I know I'm a pain in the ass." Well, if you know you're a pain in the ass, why do you continue
to be in it? Because you think you can get away with it and you think you have the right to do so. I know I'm a pain in the ass. Well, then stop being a pain in the ass.
Exactly. Well, and that kind of leads up, this takes it full circle, to the Facebook post that I put on my personal page. I don't know if you saw it, where I'm talking about, at one time people had the, they could play the "I'm lonely" card, "Nobody likes me, everybody hates me" card.
Mm-hmm.
I was saying, but not anymore.
I didn't see that
with the internet. Oh, did you see the comment on there, dude?
No.
Oh, you should read this comment, dude.
Actually, let me. Should I do it now? No, I don't want to do it now because that's a different account. So, but I can read it and comment on it.
I don't think so because you don't have to. Well, yeah, you can just look at the account because it's on my personal page.
Let's see here. So,
just don't say any names.
Oh, well, let me see if I can find this here.
It's my last post on that.
Complaint a lonely card, and then there's a couple. There's one on here. Okay.
Okay, yeah, her comment, and then there's some replies.
All right, I'm not going to read the whole thing though.
No.
Let's see here.
But her one thing.
Oh God! Of course, it's going to be the same thing about what they have, and it's not their fault, and no one's responsible for anything but themselves. They've got PTSD, ALS, BTD, DD5, 5-4-D, splitobacterglosis, phlobodomophobia, rhoptoguptogiptica, and 7 personalities. Yeah, I get it.
Right.
I have to read this shit. It's like, oh, fuck, man. Oh, and they don't have the tolerance. Oh, tolerance something missing society. That makes me sad. You are so amazing because you have tolerance. You just showed a lack of tolerance for his idea, but you have such tolerance.
Right. And then, there's some replies, where I went at her. And yeah, I don't expect you to read the whole thread. I just wanted you to see that, see what the fuck was going on there.
Housebound weeks. Oh, wow. And then you replied back.
Yep. And I basically just told her, I said,
I just thought you were more compassionate.
Yeah. And my thing was, look, this isn't about passion.
And then she starts talking about her own sob story. Because this is what happened with this shit. Let me tell you, this is I'm gonna psycho fucking break this shit down, dude. Fucking shrink wrap this motherfucking shit. You struck a chord with her because she feels lonely. She's insecure about her fucking self and about her loneliness, so she has to make excuses about all this shit about I dated him and doing it because you upset her, and that's your fault. See, it's not her fault for having those feelings and not dealing with her shit. It's your fault for striking a nerve, triggering her.
Yeah,
you trigger
triggering.
Her.
Yeah, exactly.
Because she has PTSD, AB5, 75,000 DX, man.
Yeah, exactly. So that's
hyperflycanosis, man.
And I love how it becomes the self-righteous. Well, I thought you were more compassionate.
Yes. And then talking about her whole shit about I was this and
Yeah, it's some bullshit basically. And what's funny is when she said, I'm surprised to see a post like this from you, and I'm thinking, what? Because I have a disability? Obviously, you think that I'm gonna be sympathetic towards your bullshit plight. That's what I don't know if you saw. I wrote, I'm not going to join the group think, or why would you say that? You think I got to be part of the group think? Pretty much. I'm disabled, so I got to back your shit. And if anything, it's actually the opposite, because as an independent disabled person, shit, man, I look at that and I'm like, dude, you have no fucking excuse. Sorry, you can't make that excuse. You can't play that card with me. Because I know better.
Yeah, and it's just all about it's victim blaming, but also virtue signaling by being a victim. Like, oh, you thought you were more compassionate. I believe the dippity boo, flippity doo, and it's like.
Yep, it's all about them. How they were hurtstified and how I'm not respecting their feelings.
Yeah, because they had issues at some point, and they have this and that, and they have fucking all these different. Everyone has the. It's just everyone has to find something wrong with them. I'll say this again. It's one of my pillars, man. I'm gonna have to make some one of the pillars is groupthink. One of the pillars is personal accountability. Yeah, because personal accountability is sorely lacking because people are desperate to find reasons why they suck at life.
Pretty much.
They can't be big or suck at certain parts of their life. It can't be because they're just not good at something. They got to have a ripper dipper, or fucking PTSD or whatever these diseases they have. And I'm so uncompassionate for not thinking about them. That's my job to think about you. Hey, listen, I've got something to do. It's called thinking about myself because I've got issues I need to work on. And in order to do that, I can't think about you because I've got to think about myself to fix those issues. And that's called taking responsibility for yourself.
Exactly. I can't sit and hold your hand because you can't take responsibility.
Yes, and I can't be be accountable for your feelings when you read a post that hits too close to home for you, and then lash out at me and try to make excuses to make me feel guilty because of your insecurities.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
that's
so
pretty much what it is.
Maybe why don't you just take what you said and go, wow, this really strikes close to home. A little too close to home. Maybe I need to look at myself and figure out if there's something in my life I need to work on.
Exactly. Maybe I should do. No. No, I should never have to work on anything.
I was sick for several weeks. Well, yeah, that's called excusable. That's not people that are fucking normal and are not sick are sitting at home watching fucking reruns of Knight Rider, eating Cheetos, feeling sorry for themselves. They're not doing anything. So maybe this wasn't directed at you if you had a reason why you were sick at home. Maybe it was directed at those people who don't have that reason. Which
is the other thing I did say in one of those comments. I said, you know what? I said, a lot of the people I'm referring to have it way better than you, and yet they sit around and cry why they can't do shit. And that's the point I was trying to make.
Yeah, but she was having a bad day and just felt like she needed to fucking white knight some people and defend those who you were, because people are lonely, man. Come on,
and
man.
I like too. I don't know if you saw this, but she tagged like several people that were on her friends list in that comment. Those people that supposedly helped her out that time.
Yeah, and that's virtue signaling there too. See, she's tagging them in so she can see, and they can see your post and see what she is fighting the good fight against. You uncompassionate, because compassion is everything, man. And compassion is really just accepting people for whatever they are. They could be the shittiest people in the world and fuck 12 children in the skull with their shitty ass dicks. But man, they had bad days. They had flipped the biptobobia. And they had PTSD from when they were skull fucked when they were younger.
Yeah, so you need to be more compassionate to their skull fuckery.
Oh, yeah, it's all fucked up. Compassion is sometimes compassion. What is it called? What is our? We had that interview with Tough Love lady, right?
Patty Novak.
Yes, Patty Novak. One of the few, one of the things I agree with her about was that tough love, man. Sometimes you just get compassion is saying, "Fuck you, get off your ass, do it. I'm not going to help you. I'm not going to support you. I'm not in this. I'm going to tell you you're full of shit."
Well, and that's why I dug her model, dude, because it's not the whole Plenty of Fish, eHarmony. I'm going to make myself out to be the great person that I'm really not. Her thing is like, look at you and find out your good points and your limitations.
Exactly. Figure out what's going on with you, and if other people are going to do it too, then sometimes I'm going to tell you straight up. If I care about you, then compassion is sometimes saying, "Hey, look, you're really stupid in this way. Stop being fucking stupid in this way, please."
Exactly. Well, yeah. What kind of friend would I be if I just sat and lied to you and told you how much of a fighter you were?
Exactly.
When you're really a fucking whiny little bitch, Like, you're such a brave soul. You're such a big fighter on a stick.
Your life. Oh, and I didn't mean to. I'm going to apologize. See, that's one thing I enjoyed that you did. You didn't apologize.
Fuck no. I told her. I said my stance stays. I'm not apologizing because that's how I feel.
And that's what
I shouldn't have to apologize.
Exactly. That's how the world works now. No, you can't feel that way. Matter of fact, we're going to ban you from Facebook from feeling that way.
Yeah, because fuck, dude, that might.
That's what they're doing. Have you read about what they're doing on Twitter? They're banning alt-right accounts who are quote-unquote nationalists. Now, here's the thing. Really? What they're doing, this is a kind of a segue into this. I assume we're done with that subject a little bit.
Oh, yeah, that's finished. Yeah.
Well,
this is good.
This is a good segue to this. This is one of the things I want to talk about. What they're doing now, they're censoring people. And one of my friends, a friend who we mentioned previously, posted a thing agreeing with this. They need to clean up Twitter. They need to clean up Twitter by banning accounts of people who have different beliefs. So basically, these alt-right accounts, nationalist accounts, like they banned over 100 accounts for political reasons. Because here's the deal. Black Lives Matter can stay. He for she can stay. La Rosa people who say hashtag La Rosa, hashtag
La Raza,
whatever,
Mexicans.
They can stay. Hashtag but people who say I believe that white people have their own group and have their own nationalism, they can't. They've been banned.
Oh, wow.
Now, see, I don't mind any of these groups being there. I think every opinion should be allowed so you can see who's fucked up.
That's what it is, even if you don't agree with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there should be anybody that should go either, even if it's something I don't agree, like transgender, should rule the world.
They didn't ban the kill all men hashtag, so or people who are using that. They didn't ban the people that said on election night, fuck white people. or the people, or the band of people that say who's going to assassinate Trump. Well, we assassinate Pence too because we need to assassinate both of them. They didn't ban those people. That's all free speech.
So wait, these motherfuckers are talking about killing the possible next president, and they don't ban that.
Nope, but they do ban accounts that have an alt-right perspective because that's white nationalism.
Oh, wow. Damn, I didn't know that, man. So they are actually doing this shit.
Look
for
it
real?
up. Hey, look it up, man. I should send you some of the shit. Hold on, let me get my Alex Jones voice. Open your eyes, open your eyes,
Open your eyes to the way things are going right now.
Oh my, things are going right now. The world is a crazy place. There's conspiracy theory. Seriously, people, and they're doing it on Google. They're all banning these accounts that don't fit the right ideology. But what they're actually doing is they're fanning the identity politics. Because what does that do? When you don't ban Black Lives Matter, when you don't ban La Rosa, when you do ban, however, only white nationalists, what does it make those quote unquote white nationalist people or people who see that do? It makes them burrow more into their identity. So now they're even more of white nationalists than they were before because this just proves you're out to get the white man. This just proves the white man's being besieged because you're actually
right.
because
it just enforces the ideology that you guys are trying to fight.
Because and honestly, it is because they're being besieged. Because when you're focusing on one person and their ideology, even though other people have the exact same ideology for different groups, Black Lives Matter is fine. All these other groups are fine. But white lives matter. Get that shit out of here. Then you are persecuting and you are focusing on them. So they actually have a right to be suspicious of you because you're actually doing what they say you are. Because they are.
Yeah. Well,
and so then it fans the flames. So then they start getting even more identity politics, where they start getting fucking militant, going, "Yeah, fuck them niggers, goddamn, fuck them Mexican spit motherfucker," because they've been trying to oppress us. So they get more and more in their group, just like the Black Lives Matter are, just like everyone else's, and it feeds into that fucking identity politics. So yeah, they're banning shit. And then of course, they needed to clean up that place. Oh yeah, let's take away all different opinions. So that you can just live in your little hug box with no one who's disagreeing with you. If they have a disagreeing opinion, they can worry about that, about being censored, so they won't say what they really feel, so they can say what you like and what you feel. It's all great, but if your opinion were banned, if Lesbians for Life was banned, oh my god. Marginalization. So proud.
Kind of shit would make me avoid that person, just on that, man. From what you're just telling me, it's like, ugh.
I mean,
like I'd have a totally different...
Yes, because it's illogical. It's totally fanatical idealism. It's complete. I don't give a fuck about your opinion. It's wrong. You don't have the right to say it, and it's counterproductive because it doesn't allow you. Here's what I want. I want people to say whatever the fuck they want, so I know exactly what they think.
That's what I'm saying. I want to hear somebody that's straight up.
If someone's saying "fuck them niggers," then I'll let them say it because then I'll avoid the hell out of them. You know,
right,
fuck those people.
I don't want somebody who's like, "Oh, I'm not racist.
I'm not racist," and their minds are going,
"Nigger, nigger, my house every week." You know, that's about it. You know,
and that's so. So that's what I'm saying. But the thing about it, another thing about it is that's crazy is the people that are actually being racist, like fuck the white guy. If you try to reply to them, the people around you will ban you because you're the one they're saying is inciting divide. Oh, you're the one who's persecuting the black man. Well, he just said fuck white people. Yes, but you shouldn't respond. You need to respect his opinion because you've been oppressing him for years, so he has the right to say that. So it's like this. It's like a double fucking. It's all fucked, man. And,
man, it's just a way to keep this bullshit fucking
going. It's a way to keep. Yes.
You know, and really, man, the whole racial divide. You know, it's all bullshit until they say something about it. You know what I'm saying? Until they create a problem, actually.
Of course.
Which they're doing.
And what's the easiest way to keep people divided so that they actually keep fighting each other instead of looking at all the people taking control of their lives?
Censor one group but not the other and make people mad.
Make people mad and fight each other so they're not focusing on the real problems in the world. What's another way of us, and how easy is it to do with our fucking human race? Fucking drop a fucking coin. Bing! Simplest thing to do. This is why the people in power are like, oh shit. Well, they're gonna find out that we're fucking pouring nuclear waste into the children's water at the preschool down to see if they mutate and do secret experiments on them. Hold on. Racial slur against a white man with a black guy. Oh, watch them fight. Okay, cool. They're not gonna worry about the nuclear water.
Okay, so keep dumping the shit in the water.
Little Jimmy's got a fucking third arm growing out of his rectum, and it's fucking pulling poop out of his butthole and flinging it at his classmates. But hey, you guys are fighting over fucking racial issues over in fucking Cleveland.
Yeah, exactly. That's the important stuff now. We need to, and then of course they blow it up to make it be like, we've got to stop this. It's like the '60s. It's a, and really it's the shit these motherfuckers created.
Oh shit! Jamie fucking walked over and her vagina reached out and ripped off the third arm that was hanging out of the fucking boy's anus from his sphincter. Let's have a fucking race war with this wall. Trump is racist.
Yeah. Oh, which by the way, dude, last week we were talking about the election thing and all that stuff and all the fallout from that. And I wish I would have seen this before we did the show, but I saw it the day after. And dude, did you see that thing where the black lady kicks her son out of the home for having a mock election?
Yes, and voting for Trump.
That was the craziest, dude. That actually, I was like, wow.
That's identity politics in a nutshell. And she was talking about how he was a traitor to his race and shit, right? Or
she's just like, well, you watch it on a different TV. He goes, no, we don't do Trump here. We don't do, I don't think she ever mentioned race per se, but she was just,
I couldn't watch it. I saw it. I was like, I ain't going to even watch that. This is going to make me mad. Some things are good to make you mad, but some things are just going to make you just want to shit on a fucking pie.
It so mad. Like, what the fuck? So, yeah, man, it's fucking crazy, as you said.
So
everything's
be prepared because they're doing the same thing on YouTube. What they're doing is they're docking people for having they're removing ad revenue from certain videos that they don't like, and they're saying it's because of inappropriate material, but a lot of it's political that people don't agree with. Like, hey, nationalism now. See, if you say anything against Muslims, you're an Islamophobe. Even if you say Islam is rife with terrorism. Oh my God, you're making generalizations about Islam. You're an Islamophobe, even though it's obvious. It's obvious that the Muslim religion or Islam is producing terrorists or people that believe in killing people to be saved. Regardless of what you think about like ISIS, Max, right? You still have to agree that that those people will blow themselves up for Allah.
Well, here's the thing, I think ISIS is a diverter.
Okay, I understand. I'm just saying a basic thing. Muslims will blow themselves up, or certain Muslims, jihadists, will go out and kill a shit ton of people to get into heaven.
Oh, and I'm not disputing that.
Okay, that you're an Islamophobe. You're an Islamophobe. That point
should be, they shouldn't censor that. It's stupid. Why are they even censoring something like that?
Well, because it's hateful against Muslims. Saying what you just did would be hateful against Muslims.
Wow.
Because you just said that Islam has people that go out and blow themselves up, and they do terrorist acts. The people from in that religion, and that's not tolerant of Islam. And not all Islamics are like that. And you're an Islamophobe. It's madness, dude. It's fucking madness. And so that's you'd be called a nationalist that way. That's what being a nationalist. I don't want terrorists to come in this country. I don't want people to be in this country without illegally. You're a nationalist. You're a white nationalist. You be banned probably from Twitter, maybe, for saying those kind of things.
Probably, or from Facebook.
Because you're a racist, and the people of color, which is every single person who's not white, which is fucking lovely, are offended now. And so basically censorship is alive and well, and people are supporting it and loving it. Well, because there's certain opinions that should not be heard. It breeds hate. And that's
funny because those same people, at one time would have been like, no, I'm not for censorship. I think people should say what they want.
Of course, because they can say what they agree with. That's why, like if you said, oh, well, that's a gay memoir, we don't want that to be out. Oh my God, that's censorship. Well, that's a white memoir. Oh, well, we can ban that.
Yeah, we don't need that.
It's just so amazing how people who have been oppressed for so long for their identity, for a thing that they have no control over that means so little, are so easy to do the same exact thing and justify it.
Well, that's the slave mindset, man. They'll make you. That's how you're keeping yourself a slave. It's auto slavery.
Yeah.
You're allowing it. Basically, it's that type of shit. Well, you're letting someone dictate what's good, what's bad, that kind of thing. Yeah. So
Crazy.
It's interesting though. You brought up my my views on ISIS, which I think ISIS is like the boogeyman. It's to scare you.
My
you know,
point
I
with
know
that,
there are Muslims.
No, my point with that had nothing to do with. I was just bringing up the point that you would agree that the Muslim religion and most religions, Christianity does it too, but Muslim is a religion that often breeds people who will blow themselves up to kill a mass amount of people to get into heaven. That's something you agree with, right?
There are Muslims that do that.
That is that's not the right thing. You shouldn't be saying that. It's not true.
So all Muslims are peaceful, and but
it's all just.
What about all Christians?
Oh no, come on, man! They're gay hating rednecks, most of them. You know?
Oh, is that right? Okay, and what about all Mormons? Aren't they peaceful?
Well, yeah, you can. No, they're gay. They're gay hating Bible thumpers themselves. But you can say that about Christians because Christians aren't oppressed. See, they're not part of the.
Right. You have to have power to be oppressed.
Yes, and Christians have power. Muslims do not. And the Islamophobia is different because there's no such thing as Christian phobia because Christians, fuck them, whatever.
They run this country. They're the dominant.
Yeah, so you can be as racist and as religious intolerant of them as you want.
That's funny.
Crazy. So you got anything else, man, or any other shit going on? Any interesting idea? Any butt plugs or anything like that this time?
You know what? Here was one other thing. I guess I will talk about this. I didn't know if I was going to go here, but it's kind of funny, man. I've noticed. And this might be a Cruise Control fam thing because Kraken got a little. Last weekend, I got a little bit of alcohol poisoning, man.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was, I've told the story millions of times. I don't think I told it on Facebook. So
yeah, we know the whole drama. Basically, after the show last week, you were so happy that we had about our show that you just got destroyed, and
I just went and got totally shit-faced on a work night.
Felt awful for 2 days and changed your life, and now you saw Jesus and whatever.
Yeah, right, exactly. No, anyway, so I was talking to Kraken about it, but I noticed, dude, you guys get when somebody doesn't know something you do, you guys get very smug. You don't do it as much anymore, but you have done it in the past. Well, when I was telling Kraken about it, he was like, dude, you're a fucking dumbass. And I'm like, well, what do you mean, dude? And he's like, well, don't you know, man, you're supposed to pour the shot pour the rum into a shot glass, dump the shot glass into the soda, and just call it a day, man. I'm like, well, excuse me for not going to bartender school, and knowing this shit. That's not a fucking excuse, man. You're a dumbass, and of course, what's his name? Sergeant Self-Righteous?
Yeah.
So he got all Sergeant Self-Righteous on me. Like, you're lucky you didn't fuck yourself up, man. You're a dumbass. You guys, like I said, dude, you've gotten that way too before. When somebody isn't hip to what you are, and right away you guys start there we go, man. You guys are prejudging. You're not being compassionate.
Yeah, we're not being compassionate towards you. You're dumb. Well, I get it. I get because it's like, oh well, yeah, like you haven't done it. He hasn't done it himself. I mean,
oh, dude, he blacked out and everything.
I know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We both know what's happened, so it is self-righteous, and it's like you just want to shut up, dude, because you're not. It's not like you need to hear it. Like you're like, oh yeah, I didn't think about it.
Yeah, I fucked up, and I'm not. Fuck, I don't know anything about that. That's why I drink beer. I don't do hard liquor. I don't sit there and pour it into a shot glass and then dump it into the soda glass and then dump the soda in and then they have a drink. Like I said. Sorry if I didn't pay attention in bartender school.
So, you could have really killed you. Well, I did, and I'm still here, and I feel better now. You feel fine now, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm great, dude. I've been great since, Wednesday.
Yeah, so you're back, you're fine, you dodged a bullet, you didn't die, although when you told me how much, I was like, holy shit.
Oh, yeah. I was, which, by the way, I stuck to my word, man. I have not drank since that night, man. Which I know was only a week ago, but I just have no urge to drink. Even at my Toastmaster thing on Wednesday, I don't think I'm going to drink.
Yeah, you're just like you got yourself to the point where I just don't want to. It's not in the mood for it. You want to kind of clean out a little bit, clear-headed a little bit, and over the weekend, it can make you feel better. You don't
exactly.
worry about shit too.
This weekend.
Think about how you feel on a Sunday morning. Usually, it's like, I got to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah, no, this morning I was up early, dude, in the morning. So, and then I went shopping with Golden Retriever. I had to get a few things.
I did too. I handled business. Today was a handle business day, man. I handled some business today. Woke up at like 8:30 myself, which is late for me. That's sleeping in for me now, because normally I get about 5 and 6 for work.
Oh yeah.
So I got up 8:30, and I was just chilling for like 4 hours, and I went and got a shit ton of groceries at the store. Got a nice lunch, and then so it's been a good day for me, man.
Yeah, exactly. I did take a little nigger nap in the afternoon.
I did too. About 4 o'clock to I guess about 3:30 to 4:30, something like that, right around there.
Yeah, something like that, like little.
It was nice, like, I'm just gonna lay down and fucking blast one in my, my fucking.
Although I gotta say, it was hard to wake up. I was like, I was like really lethargified and shit. You know?
I was like, yeah. So that's when you have to force yourself to get up, like, get up, because otherwise
that's
you'll
what
lay
I
there
did.
for the
I was
extra
like,
hour,
okay.
And you lay there for an extra half hour even, and then you're fucked the rest of the day. You're like, because you're like wide awake at like when you have to go to sleep.
That's it. That's what I'm afraid of. At least now, like, I'm still feeling a little like, not 100% with it. You know what I'm saying? For my nap today.
Wow, it was one of those like deep sleep ones, like where you're like, where you dream and shit, and you're like,
Yep, exactly. You wake up and you're like, holy fuck.
Because sometimes, like, I had one of those like kind of light naps where like you hear the rain and outside, and you can hear like the garbage can, the
kids playing,
yeah,
stuff
the
outside.
dumpster. Yeah, you hear something, and you hear a dumpster like being, and because you're kind of half aware, but you still get a nice little like doze. Yours is like, and you're like, oh, woke up right, like where you're out completely.
Oh yeah, no. I was totally out, and the next thing you know, I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah, those naps are crazy, man. It's crazy, but you're kind of out of it, and I don't know. I think we may be out of here. What are you thinking, my friend?
I think so, man. I think we covered everything.
I think we did what we needed to do, like we normally do. We handled our business as we should.
We always do, man. That's one thing about Max and Cruz. We always handle our business.
We do what we do, and we do it for you. We do it all for you.
We do what we do. You know what I'm saying?
We do it for you because we care. And
bitches.
And we take our time out of our lives to be here for you. And
we could be doing other things right now, but we choose to sit down and talk to you about what's going on with us.
Yeah, and being compassionate and tolerant is of utmost importance.
Exactly.
And I just want to say to all of you out there, thank you for joining us for the Nothing Sacred show on the 20th of November, 2016. It means something so much to me with my PTSD and phlocomakatitis.
Yes. And if you're white male, then
fuck you. But hey, so fuck ourselves, actually. You know what? So don't have compassion for us because we have everything that we need all in life because we're white and male.
Exactly. We can't be racist.
I am Cruise Control.
I am Maxwell Silverhammer.
And that's the story there. Bitches! Fuck all y'all biatches.
Eat a dick.
Eat a fucking cock.